Alright guys, welcome to Hansens Speed Shop. So as you can see, winter is here. I'm still working outside hardcore. It's like 35, maybe 40 degrees out today. It's actually Thanksgiving as I'm filming this today. Working on a set of these Hemi heads. These are 354 heads, and these heads are eventually going to go on to the hot rod. The heads that are on there right now are actually truck heads, and they're a little bit different. These are that regular passenger car heads. The biggest difference is the passenger car heads have a water outlet on the end of them, and the truck heads, this is blocked off, and the water inlet is on the intake. Well, there's not a lot of intake choices. Basically what's on the car, a cast iron single 2 barrel or a cast iron single 4 barrel. So all the performance intakes, aluminum intakes and everything is set up for passenger car heads. The heads that are on the car got to come off anyway to change head gaskets and just kind of check over everything. So we're going to convert it to these heads. The 354 Hemi heads also are one of the best flowing heads that Chrysler ever put out, and I'll show you why in a minute. But these heads actually, I've just been going over and just kind of dressing them out. Really wasn't any need to do any porting on here. The ports, super good quality. Chrysler really did a nice job back in the 50s with their machining, casting, and their metal quality was pretty good back in the 50s. It started to get a little bit worse as time went on, but the ports are also just all really nice. Just a little bit of cleanup I've been doing and just dressing the heads out. Anywhere there was a little bit of casting ridge around on the heads, just been cleaning that all up. We do have one issue on this particular head. Where is it? Right here. It was like this when I got it. One of the exhaust studs is broke off. So these are going to go to the machine shop anyway to get new valves in, probably new guides. But all these studs are going to come out anyway. But they're going to have to get this one out, which I'm glad I don't have to do that. But again, just cleaning up all the casting lines on here. But if you look, I mean, it is literally a straight shot right to the valve. So this is on the exhaust side. Just straight shot. That is what the magic of the 354 Hemi head is. You have a direct shot right at the valve. You don't have as good of a straight shot on the 331 head or the 392 head. The 392 head, the ports are a little bit lower, so it has to kind of go up a little bit more to get to the valve. Same kind of on a 426 Hemi with the second generation Hemi, but the best, not as bad on the 426, but the best straight shot port of any Chrysler head is definitely these 354 heads. So basically this head, I just got a little bit more cleanup to do on it. I just kind of, basically any little ridge, or little casting imperfection, I had to just clean that up a little bit, but really there wasn't anything major that needed to get done in any of the ports. So I'll flip this over. So if you can see here, just been going through, just cleaning up any little thing. Also on a Hemi head, in between the valve seat and the spark plug hole, as you can see, the dome combustion chamber and then the spark plug in between where the two valves go, that's what makes these a Hemi head. But you don't have a lot of meat in between the spark plug hole and the valve seat, so you can get a little crack in between the spark plug hole and the valve seat. All these look good. So no issues there. So I'm just gonna keep, this head's almost done. Like I said, I just got a little bit more cleanup to do, and then we can start on the other head. But these are what's going to be going on the hot rod. I'm just starting to get stuff ready. for next spring or summer when we start doing that. So the heads will hopefully be done by then. That way we can just swap everything over and we aren't stalled out for a long time if these have to be at the machine shop for a couple months or whatever. I don't know how backed up they're going to be or what, but at least I just want to get ahead on stuff while I can. These are going to be getting new valves also. I think we're going to run just standard size exhaust valves, and then maybe 392 intake valves. The 392 intake valves are a little bit bigger than the 354s were, so I think that's what we're going to do. Stock size exhaust, one size bigger on the intake. Also, one other thing that we're going to do, so this is the intake side. This is a heat crossover, so this lets exhaust heat over to your intake, and it heats your intake up. This is mainly for cold weather driving, but mainly I drive my cars in the summer when it's hot out, 70, 80, 90 degrees out. We don't want extra hot air going to the intake, especially with the fuel quality of today. You can get vapor lock and fuel starving problems, fuel boiling. So we want to eliminate any excess heat going to the intake if we can. So I'm probably going to close this passage off, possibly just weld this up or something. So that's one other thing that we're going to do. And then I just kind of been trying to clean up in the coolant passages as best as possible so that we have coolant flowing as good as we can. But really, pretty happy with these heads. I thought I didn't really inspect them too much when I first got them. I thought I was going to have to do a lot more porting on them, but they really, don't need it. So we're not going to make the ports bigger than they need to be. Just cleaned them up and should be good to go. So just wanted to do a little bit of update on this. This will be for way in the future, like next spring / summer. So when we get back to it, hopefully these will be ready to go. So guys, give it a thumbs up, comment below, go check out the channel, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, get out, work on your own projects, get those hands dirty and greasy, stay cool, and we'll catch you cats on the next one. Thanks for watching.